Hello and welcome to the most anticipated breakfast TV show in Nigeria.
After all, we are numero uno, and that's because of your viewership. And hope you had a beautiful night rest. It's
Yes.
Wake Up Nigeria.
It's time to wake up, people. We offer you something really different from the regular. So, hey, we're worth you waking up to. Please stay with us throughout the show. My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
Mike Mexicano remains mine. We are streaming live at tvcontinental.tv and also on Facebook at TVC Connect. Send in your comment. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Yes, indeed. And then download our mobile app from any Android or iOS store. Please, please, please have our app on all your mobile devices so you can watch this show and so many other great TVC shows from anywhere in the world.
Okay, so as Nigerians, there's one particular question that is quite our own forte. You know, when someone asks, "How's your night?" So there are no people that feel like that's not that question doesn't really cut it. Like really, okay, so I should tell you what happened at mine, you know?
Okay, so it's not really an explanation we're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
All we're looking for is one word. It was fine.
Oh, it wasn't fine.
It was
Maybe
fine.
I had a nightmare, but hey, come on. That's what we do, waking you up on the right side.
But we can ask that because we're literally taking you out of bed.
Out of the night.
Yeah,
True that,
exactly.
true that,
Yeah.
true that.
And if it's about gadgets, then you know Mike has got you covered when it comes to tech. What is it that I need to know about that gadget of mine? It's gonna come in handy. Mike's gonna give me some tips.
And then when it comes to being cultured and doing things the right way, joining us on the show is our etiquette expert, Janet Aditu.
Yes, indeed. And then we have our first musical performance for the day. Singer, songwriter Babyface is coming.
And joining us on Book Chat today to talk about his book is the author of the book Thoughtful and Thoughtless Thoughts, Ipola Ahmed Omisore.
I love the title though, Thoughtful and Thoughtless Thoughts. Interesting. Then we have a poet in the building. The poet Vine will be giving us a taste of what poetry is all about with his poem, I'm Not a Victim.
You could change the names you record. So while you're conscious of
And then we have Min Jin. And but he's not here to sing, he's here to show us something special today on our art display.
Yes, indeed. And then finally, we have Christian singer, songwriter, composer, Peter Linus coming to show us what he's all about and have a chit-chat.
But now we have failed.
All right, getting comfortable here.
Yeah.
Omo, it's Thursday.
It is.
It is Thursday. Finally, like the week is almost up. But I wanted to say something. I've been receiving some DMs and tweets asking about Mr. Okwe. And we know he's in the Bahamas somewhere, chilling on the beach, drinking some cocktails or something, or mocktails. So for those who are wondering where Yomi is, he just took a break for a while. Not to worry, Uncle Yomi is coming back. He's coming back.
Just a leave. We'll,
He's on leave.
so very soon.
Yes, he
Some
will
people
be.
come back in November, but he is choosing to come back in August.
So people have actually been asking.
Don't ask too much, right? Don't see me too, because I'll
really?
soon
Where are you
take
going
off.
to? Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Where?
A man, nowhere, because the man has no name. So I ain't going nowhere. You understand?
But
So something I saw with his song, which got me thinking and all of that. He said, all we need is one man. And it makes me remember Michael Jackson's song, The Man in the Mirror. You know, all we need is you, yourself, looking into the mirror and deciding that's the person that can give us the kind of change that we need in this country. Because yes, I mean, looking at, when you go through that video, you're like, really? Did we get to this point? But hey, the hope we have is that we can get ourselves out.
yeah, so I wanted to just add one man or one woman.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
because one man does make reference to either one man or one woman, because you never know if it's a woman that might be able to make that complete change that we're looking for. Just wanted to put that out there. I don't want to shake any tables, but women are doing amazing things in their spaces. They're pushing it in their industries. We have female MDs of banks. At least a lot more women are going into governance now. And we have to keep encouraging the young women to, feel like they can also do something So even though we're looking for one man, we're also hoping that it could
as
be
far
a
as I am concerned, unless violence is involved, it's not a one-man's job. It's a job that requires every individual in a country. If you look at countries that have, especially African countries that have actually made a major mark, the African countries in which violence was involved, some kind of violence or the other, maybe some people being wiped out or somebody being sovereign, more like a revolution. Even when it's one person like in charge and all, that person would keep in check by, you know, trying to take off opposition and all. So it's a joint effort. So if we don't want violence, we keep talking about the fact that we don't want violence. Everybody keeps shying away from violence. If we don't want violence, it's a collective thing. I keep making reference to the change mantra thing. It's not the government. It's continuous.
Yeah.
We are the government.
Even when you think about TVC.
Got to take the news now. We got to go now.
Okay.
Okay, we got to go now. All right, and this is the news. The National Judicial Council has recommended the appointment of Justice Tanko Muhammad as a substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria. 8 other judges were recommended as heads of court. They are for State High Court in Sokoto, Lagos, Anambra, Ebonyi, Niger, and Taraba. Others are for the Sharia Court of Appeal in Kano and Jigawa states. Council also called on state executives to begin the immediate implementation of financial autonomy for state judiciary. The Senate has again expressed concern over the increasing spate of insecurity in the country. After a 2-hour deliberation on the need to find a lasting solution to this menace, the Senate urged the federal government to strengthen the armed forces and police. Correspondent Tijesu Adeoye reports.
There is growing concern about the rampant killings, kidnappings and widespread banditry, especially in the northeast. Senators want the federal government to take drastic actions to address the persistent security threats. Resolutions were reached after the Senate deliberated on 2 separate motions moved by Senator Ibrahim Gobir, representing Sokoto East Senatorial District, and Senator Musa Sani, representing Niger East Senatorial District.
In the month of June, precisely again, from the 6th through to Monday, 10th June 2019, these hoodlums attacked residents of Kwaki, Ajatai, Gwasa, Vardendawaki, and Gayamamia communities in Shiroro and Munya local government areas of Niger State, killing over 37 innocent people.
Kidnapping is becoming very lucrative and attractive because of the payment of ransom. And you cannot pay that ransom without using this GSM. It's what actually is promoting this kidnapping in Nigeria, sir. I want to appeal to each and everyone here that if we must get it right, if we must control this menace of kidnapping in this country today, then we really have to go back to the drawing board and register our SIM card properly, just like what is done in every other country of the world.
For the past 4 years, this has been very consistent. And the same security personnel who have failed woefully and totally to protect us. Mr. President, only yesterday we experienced something at our gate here. It's part of the same failure.
Life is becoming very meaningless in this country, and every day is making us becoming more uncivilized. Because people are just losing their lives, they're being killed, they're being maimed.
Urge the federal government to strengthen the operations of the Kamuku National Park with equipment and forest guard or rangers who will, together with Air Force, provide constant and effective patrol and aerial surveillance of the Kamuku forest. Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Lawmakers also urged the federal government to send relief materials to affected communities and, most importantly, put an end to the unending attacks.
Wednesday's plenary was not just talk about insecurity. The killing of a Nigerian woman in South Africa also enraged lawmakers, and the Senate president strongly warned South Africa not to take Nigeria for granted. There was also talk about the list of ministerial nominees likely to be sent to the National Assembly this week. Tijesu Adeoye, TVC News, Abuja.
Members of the Islamic movement of Nigeria, better known as the Shi'ites, continued their protest on Wednesday to demand the release of their leader Ibrahim el-Zakzaki. They claim 2 of their members were killed during Tuesday's protest, while police say 9 wounded officers are being treated at the National Hospital. Defense correspondent Sifon Essien tells us more.
Counting the losses and picking up the pieces in the aftermath of Tuesday's rampage by members of Islamic Movement of Nigeria at the National Assembly. 9 police officers were wounded in the fray. They are receiving treatment at the National Hospital, Abuja. The Inspector General of Police visits the hospital to check on the wounded.
Because of protecting our citizens and giving rooms for people to express themselves, a group of people went overboard and attacked police officers at the cost of performing their duties, and you see the results. Our officers have been shot. I've just seen them. They are carrying bullet wounds, and some were attacked with clubs and stones.
Elsewhere in Abuja, members of the Islamic movement went on another protest. In spite of the directive by the Inspector General of Police, members of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria are on the streets again in another round of protests. They claim 2 of their members were killed during the previous day's protests. The protest causes heavy traffic on the Agun-Ironsi street and its environ in the Maitama district of Abuja. While both sides count their losses, the greatest losses may have been incurred by innocent passers-by and motorists whose vehicles were destroyed the previous day. Sifon Essien, TVC News, Abuja.
That's it for the news update on this hour. Our weather is up next. All right, let's take a look at the headlines this morning. I will kick off from this day, and we have here the major headline: Senate may defer recess as ministerial list lands. The riders underneath go on to say industrialists urge Buhari to engage technocrats, and President requests approval for 15 special advisors. The kicker above that headline goes say Nigeria beats South Africa, move into Nations Cup semi-final. Great one there. And the picture we can see there, the caption goes on to say, a book for the president. Former governor of Ogun State, Chief Olusegun Oshoba, left, and President Muhammadu Buhari during the presentation of the former governor's autobiography to the president at the presidential villa, Abuja, yesterday. And defend Nigeria with your lives, Oshibanjo tells the military. And it continues on page 6. And we see here, ensure transparent remittances to FAAC. Governors urge Mele Kyari. And finally, top of just above the paper named there, Nigeria's debt grows to 24.947 trillion naira in the first quarter. External borrowing now 25.6 billion dollars, pardon me. And Atiku decries rising debt profile. All of this on the cover of this day.
We have the Guardian newspaper coming up next, and it says National Assembly leaders douse anger over ministerial list. Senate President promises submission this week. Speaker says Buhari at liberty not to appoint ministers. Lawmakers worry about intense pressure as recess nears. And just below the masthead here, it says Buhari has endorsed APC's report on restructuring, says Oshoba. NNPC hits a hints of fuel price. Fuel price rise, says 145 naira, too cheap. It also says here, Senate condemns South Africa's ineptitude over xenophobic attacks. At the bottom of the paper here, it says equity investors may lose dividend as non-performing loans rise. Banks recorded 1.5 trillion naira unpaid facility in 2018. Very large number there, if you ask me. Why there are more cases of default by operators. And finally, amidst concerns, DMO puts Nigeria's public debt at 25 trillion naira. Wow. Okay, that's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
And I'll just pick up from the Vanguard with that same headline, the last one Titi read. Still talking about our public debt, 24.9 trillion naira. That's from a DMO. Okay, and then the riders underneath say, stop borrowing, find other ways of raising money. LCC1 tells FG, and current debt profile can drown Nigeria if borrowing continues. Atiku. I think we can all agree to that. Okay, so let's see. Rivers PDP to party elders, don't push us too far. Shi'ites Senate wants corporates arrested. We'll get a list of ministerial nominees this week. That's from Lawan. Governors decry continuous payment of subsidy by NNPC. And top, let's see, what can we do? Nigeria flogs South Africa 2-1. Zooms into semi-final. Is it like that? And just underneath that, killing, Senate wants South Africa says enough's enough. Okay, let's just see. Mr. and Mrs. That's in there. I don't believe a wig costs as much as 250,000 naira. Mama Twins bought one for 5,000. Well, and Mrs. replies, to some people, wig is like a load. To another, it's fashion statement. Mama Twins carries the wig on her head. I wear mine.
Interesting.
It's quite interesting, yeah? That's all on the Vanguard.
Yeah, we have the Nation newspaper up next. And, of course, photo story right there. We can fly high, says the caption. And you can see the players of the Super Eagles in South Africa, against South Africa in Cairo yesterday, celebrating with all their hearts. But the major headline is Mohammed Fashola Onu set to retain cabinet seats. Ex-ministers likely to return are also listed here, including works, power, housing, transportation, aviation, science and technology, sports and youth development, among others. If you need the entire list, it's right there.
It's right there,
on the cover of The Nation. It also says at above the masthead, NJC to Buhari, confirm Mohammed as CJN. It also says Clark or Shoba clash over restructuring. Meanwhile, senators angry over murder of Nigerian. Still in the top right corner of the paper, it says Rivers PDP to leaders, don't push us. Koza say team will unravel hidden issues. And on Shiite protests, Lawan IG visit officers. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation.
And that's all we can take on the headlines in the papers this morning. We'll take some time out and return shortly with the traffic situation in Lagos. Let's take a look at the traffic situation in Lagos and see how much it can help you move from wherever you are to wherever you want to go. It's Thursday morning, so some people might not. Okay, so what normally happens, it's supposed to be sanitation, but then people don't go to their shops. Actually, they wait until 10 o'clock. So most times on Thursday, the roads are quite free up until 9:30 when people start moving to their places. But let's see what we can do from, let's start this from Fagba to Ikeja. It will take about 38 minutes at this point, which is quite fast. Like I said, it's Thursday morning. The total distance is about 9.6 kilometers, taking you about 38 minutes, and that's quite some good time. Let's see, as though you are moving from Fagba bus stop, right? Let's start from there. Now, But all the way through to, let's start from, you know, SD Barbing Salon. I think it's quite popular around that way. Now, there are two routes. One will take you 48 minutes. The other will take you 38 minutes. If you're going via Old Abeokuta Road, that's your fastest route. So head from Fagba to Ikeja, Old Abeokuta Road. If you're driving on your own. If you're going via public transport, then probably if you could, you know, maybe let the driver know. But 38 minutes, it will take you via Old Abeokuta Road, heading into Ikeja. The other route, of course, is Iju Road. Iju Road will take you 48 minutes. Now, there's a third road, which is off Iju Road, Elder J.K. Coker Road. That will take you 44 minutes. So, yeah, you can make your choice. 38 minutes via Old Abeokuta Road, 48 minutes via Iju Road, and 44 minutes via Old Elder J.K. Coker Road, right? And that's, of course, into Alaji, Haruno, and then Yaya Baton. That's, of course, if you're getting into Ogba. Understand? That's getting into Ogba if you want to use that road. If you're going to Iju Road, 48 minutes will take you into Wemco. Wemco will take you into Ogba, and then Ogba via that should be Universal Road. Universal, you're heading towards Adeni Jones and all of that, and then you get to Ikeja. That route will take you 48 minutes to get to Ikeja. And then the other route, which takes you from Old Iju, Old Abeokuta Road, would link you into Ogba Road and then into Obakran. Right, so you have to go into Obakran. Of course, there is that problem of Guinness Junction there at Obakran, just after Guarantee Trust Bank. At that particular point, the traffic is very heavy. It eases up by Dunlop before Vitafoam. It's free down a bit into Bega. You now have little pockets of traffic along that way. And then from there, Union Bank and all of that, it's quite free at this point. Yeah, it's quite free at this point. You might have to cut it into Allen. Yeah, Allen, quite cool at this point. That's just around the Awolowo Memorial Statue in Ikeja. That road there is quite free. If you're, let's see, so now heading from that way into 7-Up LTV Road, you know that road? Yeah, you'll have quite a little bit of traffic at Radio Bus Stop. Radio Bus Stop, that's a bus stop here. And yeah, into where you get to that statue up until Agidimbi Road. Agidimbi Road is quite free at this particular point in time. Okay, guys, you have any tweets there?
So for some weird reason, yeah, today it seems like everybody decided to abandon their social media handles. Or well, it's a case of...
no, there's nothing to really report.
Exactly.
A lot of safety updates, though. But I actually went to the route, or should I call it route, between Aja and Bonny Camp this morning. Okay. Despite there not being much traffic in other places right now, apparently the whole of the Lekki Expressway has traffic on it. Talking about an hour, 15 minutes worth of traffic, with the main issues starting from after Chevron, heading towards Lekki Phase 1, and it basically takes you all the way till the toll gate. And yeah, so you're going to spend about an hour, 15 minutes on the road if you're coming from that area, just so you know.
That's a long time, early in the morning for that matter.
Even though it's supposed to be sanitation day, the roads are already jammed in that area of Lagos.
Wow. Okay, let me just take one more report around. If you're headed towards Oshodi, this is your best time. Of course, that's across the expressway, Sametnan Air Force Base, Airport Road, and all of that. It's quite free, very free at this actually, very, very free. Only very few pockets. The color indicator says orange, just very slight traffic. That whole road, to and fro, free at this point up until Mafoluku Oshodi. It's quite free. So if you're going to go to Oshodi, Shogunle area, wow, really free. Into GRA, just some pockets of traffic inside GRA. But we know how it's going to pick up by around 10 o'clock, GRA and all of that. It starts getting busy. So yeah, this will be your best time if you have to leave. And of course, getting our app would be a way to accompany you to keep up with the show. That's all on Lagos traffic. Let's see what we have to discuss and what's up and about.
All right, Mary, I was going to mention, well, first of all, I wanted to thank people that have been sending me messages on my social media. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been posting videos of conversations between the twins and myself. Okay. And of course, it's developed, it went beyond what I could ever imagine. The momentum went crazy. And I'm talking about almost 20,000 views on a particular video. So I wanted to point out that I feel like Nigerian parents are they actually all mean well. Now, I'm talking about new parents. They all mean well now. They all want to make a change. Everybody wants to learn something new that they could probably help improve their child's life. But I also saw the amount of people who felt like my method was very soft compared to what their parents used to train them. So apparently some of the questions my kids were asking me were the kind of questions that would have given them a slap when they were children. So basically, I wanted to ask you what your methods are. You know, have you ever like had that opportunity to, you know, tell your child to keep quiet and you just held back? You know, I don't know if you understand where I'm going, because a lot of people will say, omo, slap, omo, so I don't want to.
I believe that many parents these days actually employ that method.
Okay.
I know I do.
Okay.
And I believe there's also several parents that are realizing that children need to be told why certain things are happening. There's something I've told a few people close to me. It's a particular incident that took place in my daughter's school. This was when she was in prep class.
Okay.
And a teacher was spanking all the kids in class.
Wow.
A number of children had already been spanked. Someone did something, but she decided to do, you know, the general punishment thing. Okay. And she said, when she got to my daughter, the teacher reported to me. So when she got to my daughter said, you cannot just spank me. You need to tell me why. This was like, she was almost 3.
Wow.
And she was like, you have to tell me why you're going to beat me. Wow. The woman said she was so shocked. The first thing she did was sit down and try to understand how this
small girl.
No, that's what she said, this teeny thing.
Mike.
I said, excuse me, ma, don't call my daughter that.
What sort of
and
methods?
you know what happened? She said because of that, she didn't finish with the spanking. Instead, she even apologized to the others and focused on the person who committed the crime, and then sat my daughter down to explain why she actually had to spank. But that was the last time.
But that was good because I'm wondering, so Mike, if for instance I don't know what your parents' methods were with you.
So there's something about raising kids, and which is, you know, the good book. So some religion says, train up a child in the way he or she should go. When he's old, the child will not depart from it. But you see, I found out something. As much as with what you're doing, I found out that peer pressure can make. You see, you might have put in some things into your kids for so long.
Yes.
But they just go to school. Most of the times after they maybe primary school, when they get into secondary school or high school, as the case may be, then they get into some particular situations, and because
of peer pressure,
you'll be shocked at how much everything you put into them just leaves. Which is why a lot of parents, as much as they are training teachers, they try to ensure that they get the friends, they watch the friends of their kids. Because those ones, you see, you're teaching them. When they see one boy like that, I'm just saying, but
I get where you're going.
You know, when they see one girl,
did that happen to you as a child?
Of course, it did a lot. It happened to every. See, let me tell you. I'm telling you. See, look, the parent's job is never done until you can affect and ensure. Look, bring your kids' friends close to you also. You should. It's very important.
Sure.
So that, you understand, let them be friends with you, because that is where, see, you train them in one day, or because you want to impress somebody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or because of somebody said something. What you just did.
Everything changed. And you know, that's actually a major problem, because you realize that some children have the will, but because of certain factors. I keep telling people, we might say to ourselves, oh, I'm not a religious person. But sometimes, for the benefit of your children, drag them to church.
It's prayer.
You see, it's not even about the prayer. No, it's not the prayer I'm talking about. It's the fact that having religion sometimes, it's positive influence for your children. Because the way it's been factored for some religions especially, there's this thing of a higher being that will flog you. There's a demon somewhere that... Look, Titi, see... We might take it for granted, but that thing helped a lot of us growing up.
Okay, so
even when you reach that that thing that I know my parents, I can handle them. When you think of a spirit that you cannot handle.
But you know, but the thing is, things that we were afraid of back then are not the same things we're afraid of now. If you say ojuju to a child now, it's not going to affect the child as much anymore. If you get my point.
See, you will find your juju that frightens the child. What? See, there are some, I'm not kidding.
Juju can't frighten, like for instance, my kids now, it can't frighten my kids.
Juju, no. But guess what? I know some of the cartoon characters that frighten her.
Okay.
So I'm just going to tell her that, do you know that this person can come today? And she respects herself
so
immediately.
That's the
you will find the model of
Yeah,
juju and apply it.
Which
the
for
fair
me,
method
which
work
for
for
me,
you.
I would never use it because I made mention here about a neighbor's kid who, the very small girl, less than 2 years, she'll come and just knock on my door. I just continue knocking. And then the mother, I would do as if I'm not, just lying down or sitting down. And the mother goes, Uncle Michael beats you, run out of there. Don't you know Uncle Michael? And so I come out, so anytime she sees me, she starts running away.
Oh my God.
Which I think was not cool. Which I think was not cool.
No,
so,
like, you're
so
not very cool yet.
So
there needs to be that person.
So she comes, and then, hey, Ire, how are you? And then she's like,
Good afternoon, sir. Because see, children need to have a fear figure, not a respect figure. There needs to be that person.
Okay, I'm wondering what your methods are. Please check out my videos. I can't wait to see your comments on this particular topic. Yes, I'm going to put it out there. It's really important. But please be with us after this quick break.
Children,
so
you have to
sell your video, right? Let's go. Track 3, DJ. Oh yeah, drop it.
No, you didn't, Mike.
Track 3, track 3. Okay, I've got Babyface in the house. Here's the one dropping a performance for us this morning. How you doing, Babyface?
I'm fine.
Okay, so I don't know. Maybe the bed gang has taken you out of Babyface level. So yeah, I think you're still out. Maybe if you just take off the bed, then the name will be complete. How you doing, man? Okay, so you've been doing music for like 4 years now. Let's talk about your experience as a musical artist in the industry.
That's not been easy though, but I just have to keep pushing because I believe I'm going to get there one day.
Exactly. And where is there for you? Where is that place that you want to get to? How far do you want to take this?
I want to take the music to the next level. Like, let people know the kind of song I do and how I'm good in it.
All right. Now, generally, in your music, what kind of message do you put out in your music? What's the general underlying message of your music?
My music, it depends on the environment I am. Yeah. So
all right, cool.
I think I sing about what's happening around.
All right. So let's have a bit of that now. Take it away.
All I see, I see love in your eyes. It's not baby face. No, round upon this.
What we do every morning is give a splash of sunshine in your face to light up your day.
And I'm glad we've been able to put that smile on your face, brighten up your morning. Nothing pleases us more. My name is City Lion.
I'm Mike Messikeno. You can catch us at tvcontinental.tv. That's where we stream live. Some other place you can also do that is at TVC Connect on Facebook. We also stream live there. You can comment across social media platforms with the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, the app is blazing right now. People are commenting, people are watching. Use this opportunity to download our app from the Android or iOS store. From anywhere in the world, you'll be able to watch the show. So, hey, we'll never let you go.
Yep.
We'll hold you.
Almost two, right?
What? Yeah.
Almost two.
Almost
so, there are a lot of things that will come up concerning the app. Download the app. I know we ran a social media a campaign on the app. We're about to give us stuff. We'll also do something like that for our second anniversary. So hey, come on.
Loads of giveaways coming your way. You do not want to miss it. Download the app. Yes. So please make sure you're comfortable.
Yeah.
Why? Because we have a great chef in the building.
Yep, you know how it is. You know how it is.
And our chef is Chef Toure this morning, and she's hanging out with Mary.
How you doing?
Fine.
Always great to have Chef Toure in the building.
As usual.
Okay. Can't wait to get started with whatever it is you have planned for us today.
Yes,
we'll keep it a surprise.
Still.
Yes, I know what's going on here. You don't want Mike to hear what you're making, so that
You
he
know
doesn't
the other
come
day
and
when
disturb
Mike
you.
was
We
in the
understand.
kitchen, he
It's
didn't let
fine.
us hear anything. So just let me be. Henceforth.
You're fasting, really?
Mike is always fasting until he breaks it at 7 a.m.
When it comes,
It's all right.
when
It's
it comes
important.
to being cultured and doing things the right way, you all should do things the right way. The right way is that I'm going to fast now and respect my fast.
Oh,
we
wow.
have our etiquette coach in the house, Janet Adetu. I'm looking forward to what she's going to be talking about today on etiquette.
Yes, she will be here very, very soon. And joining us for a book chat today to talk about his book is the author of the book Thoughtful and Thoughtless Thoughts, Ikola Ahmed Omishore. And it's going to be interesting to hear what he has to say about this book.
And then, of course, we have Vine the Poet. He will be with us to give us a taste of what poetry is all about with his rendition of his poem, Not a Victim.
Yes. Now, some of you know Minjin, the musician, but did you know he was an artist as well? He's going to be showing us some special light art display today, and we need you to stay tuned for that one.
I like what I see. And then finally, we have a gospel singer, Peter Linus, joining us on the show. And there's a lot we're going to be talking about. And impact, making impact and making a change. Definitely we'll talk about that.
Now they ignore us.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I love the idea of conscious music. You know, conscious music. We had a guest in the studio yesterday, Gaze Baba, and he also talked about conscious music and giving back. And a lot of the artists now in that particular space, the motivational space, the Christian space, have been doing a lot of advocacy with young people. So I know there's a song Peter has called "Made for More." Say, you know, basically claiming he's been made for more than what he's doing now. And I actually had to think about it myself. Some years ago, am I made for what I'm doing now, or is there something bigger I'm supposed to be doing? You know, I just wanted to throw that question out there.
All I can say is a song that is trending now, due to our win yesterday, Bode Thomas.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You need to know the song to understand the
I
joke.
know the song. I know the song.
Mike, we have food. And today's food has to do with yam. Hey, it's a delight,
It's not
so
easy
to
getting
speak.
yam this season, Seth.
Ah.
I don't know. I think new yam wants to come out.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's pretty much difficult.
But this is plenty of yam for us. Don't worry.
It's
We'll
okay.
do well with it.
Yeah.
Yam is very filling. All right, you're welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Today's chef is Chef Toure.
As usual.
Ooh, okay. And so she'll be making something really interesting for us this morning. I'll let her tell us what it is, but it has something to do with something chewy. Yam
Okay, yes.
meatballs.
So-
I just said it. Okay, let me let you
So
say
we're
it.
making yam meatballs.
Okay.
We have our minced meat here. So it's boiling and our yam.
Okay, so the minced meats are
Yeah, it's
boiling?
seasoned, yes. We've added a seasoning cube and salt.
Salt. Okay, nothing else, just
nothing
seasoning
else,
cube
yes.
and salt.
Just to give it taste. And this is
Okay.
our yam. Would add onions, seasoning cube as well, and salt to it.
Okay.
Then our eggs, onion, pepper. This is for the atadidi. He didn't say the atadidi.
You didn't tell me there was going to be
it's
atadidi.
yam balls, meaty yam balls, and atadidi.
This is what they call full breakfast.
Exactly.
Okay.
Our salt, our flour, crayfish, groundnut oil, and our bleached oil.
Okay, so this bleached oil is not palm oil, is it?
This is palm oil.
How come it looks like meat stock?
Meat stock, really?
Yeah,
I
it does.
like, what is it?
Did you season the oil?
No, I didn't season. It's just natural oil. I just made it bleached very well. You can see it's close to groundnut oil. Instead of using groundnut oil, so I want to use this for my
I've never seen bleached oil this color. This is actually my first time. And it's not seasoned, nothing. It's just oil, palm oil.
Palm oil.
Oh,
it's
wow.
original.
Okay, so run me through the process. When the meat is boiled and the yam is boiled, what are we going to do?
We are going to mash the yam.
Okay.
Then we'll make it into ball shape.
Okay.
We'll add our minced meat before it forms a ball shape.
Okay.
Fine. If we are mashing the yam, we'll add our crayfish too as well.
Okay.
Then when it's in the ball shape already, our eggs will be ready and we'll just roll it
in the flour.
In the flour and
Okay.
dip it in the
like
egg.
Like normal balls when you fry.
Yes, and dip it in the egg. Then we fry and we're ready to eat.
Did I just do that? I actually licked my lips.
Yeah,
okay, so we're looking forward to what Chef Ture will create for us this morning, talking about yam meatballs and pepper sauce.
Atadidi. I don't change my name. Atadidi.
I think Titi already had a premonition you're going to do something yam because she's been doing since morning. So I guess she'll have her wish come true. So we are having yam meatballs with atadidi.
Yes.
Yeah, she even added a lata swe.
Exactly.
Anyway, we'll have to take a break now. Stay with us. It's Wake Up Nigeria. Welcome back. Wake Up Nigeria continues now. And our discussion on etiquette today is an interesting one. We have the amazing Janet Adetu back in the building. And it's always great to have you. Absolutely. Always amazing.
Thank you so much.
So today we're talking about the fact that the holidays are coming up.
Yeah, summertime.
The kids are going to be at home. And some parents are already pulling their hair out, wondering what to do.
Yes.
So this is kind of social etiquette?
Yeah, it's a mixture of parenting etiquette and social etiquette for kids, as in social skills that they can develop for, for the children. And it's really about, if you're not careful as a parent, during this summertime, you may just feel very comfortable leaving your kids at home in front of the TV or on their phones or with their nanny, and they'll become totally unproductive. And you have to be mindful, because don't forget, we're trying to build our children to be leaders of tomorrow, to have good manners, good character. And so we speak to the parents that, look, be very intentional about what your kids are going to be doing during the summer. It's not to say that they should go to somewhere for the whole period, especially because sometimes it does cost quite a bit of money, right? But it's like, in that period of the summer holiday, at least let them boast of saying, I did 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks of something productively active. So when they go back to school, they've actually acquired new knowledge, all right? So as parents, please be mindful of what your kids will be doing.
Okay, so what sort of age group are we talking about now? Because I'm thinking there's a limit to the social interaction toddlers can have.
You will be surprised. We're talking about ages like 4 to 17 during this summertime. How can you keep your children productively busy, productively active? And there are so many boot camps, so many people or classes or organizations, or institutions, they're doing things for kids. Go out there and hunt for the one that you think your children will benefit from the most. And I'm saying this because there are serious benefits for your children joining these, boot camps, so to say.
Or summer camps.
Or summer camps,
So it's not summer school we're talking about. There's some that do summer classes. Oh, I know. Summer tuition. I really don't like that.
It's not fun. The kids don't like it. No. A boot camp is something that is exceptionally different from what they would do ordinarily in the school. And I'll tell you this because, for example, they would do things like cooking, creative arts, acting, singing, dancing, so many things that they typically wouldn't do when they're in the school. And the benefits are so many. To start off with, they will build their confidence. So a lot of parents come to me, for instance, and say, my child is very quiet, doesn't have self-esteem, doesn't have confidence. I want my children to mix a little bit more with different people and boost their confidence. And it's a fact. Don't get me wrong, they come into the boot camp forming. They don't want to talk to anybody. But within a couple of hours, seriously speaking, the children that their parents say are very quiet and have
they open up.
They open up and they're bubbly, they're lively. So it helps them boost their confidence because they're with their peers and they just sort of like lighten up, And then, of course,
I was going to actually say that, I was wondering if there was a way I could teach maybe manners, etiquette, for instance, dining etiquette and things like that to the kids. And I guess there's a few camps that are doing things like that.
And that's part of character education. Okay. So with character education, it infuses social skills, life skills, etiquette, manners, behavior, and conduct. So another thing is with the boot camps, you will get elements of character education because you're trying to teach your children certain skill sets, how to communicate well with people, how to talk. And for me, that's another benefit of these boot camps because character education is a key thing. It's not all play. Some of it is also going to be serious because it's a skill for tomorrow. So character education is another important one.
It's so interesting because I've been seeing some tweets, some messages online where people are always asking, we see these etiquette tips, where can we go to actually, you know, get full-on etiquette training? So there's a broad, come to you, of course.
Absolutely, come to us.
I know you do have a school on this.
We have a boot camp.
A boot camp. Oh, okay.
Yes.
But now I'm thinking about the fact that abroad there are finishing schools.
Yes.
There are actually finishing schools that kids are taken to give them all that training, how to walk properly, how to sit properly, how to speak, how to project, and so many things like that. Those are you saying that there are actually boot camps in Nigeria like that?
Yeah, you see, the finishing schools are fantastic, but sometimes they go to those places because they need it for a certain reason. But you don't even have to go to a complete finishing school because they're pretty expensive. Boot camps, selective boot camps anyway, like our boot camp, for instance, we do character education and we teach them all those aspects because we think they're very important life skills, exceptionally ones. And yes, indeed, if you fish and you hunt a lot, you will certainly find some of them are all play.
Okay.
You don't want all play, just toys, games, play, football and all of that, which is fine, but you need something else that has a blend of both life skills and social skills. Another thing is talent recognition. You'd be surprised in these boot camps how your kids can play a certain instrument, can sing, can dance, can talk. And most times they don't get that opportunity in the real school. So you tell them to do presentations, you tell them to act. Oh my goodness, they can really act, they can do skits. So that you begin to recognize certain talents that even they might not know they have, and the parents also don't know that they have as well. So I think it's really important. Those talents that are inborn in the kids, you actually see them. And then there are certain skill sets. When they do cookery, and when they do drawings, fine art, some of them are really, really skilled. Exceptional opportunities in boot camps.
So this is, you know, a shout out to all parents who are thinking about what to do this holiday with their kids. It is actually something you're obligated to do right now.
Yes, look for a boot camp that gives the balance.
Yes,
please learning.
Please do. I know I'm going to be doing that as well.
Absolutely.
But it's about time for us to head over to the kitchen. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Absolutely, you're welcome.
Something smells good. What's happening?
The only thing smelling good right now is the minced meat. And imagine if only the minced meat is already smelling heavenly. You can imagine what's left for us to show. Okay, so you're welcome back to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. I also have Chef Ture right here with me, and she's making breakfast of yam meatballs.
Meaty
yam balls.
And
with atadindi. Yes, awalata sweswe. So far so good. What have we done? We've gotten the
seasoned minced meat already. So some people might be wondering how we got the minced meat. You can actually get it at any store, and if you know it's not really convenient for you, you just get plain beef and you blend it. That's what I used. And
you blend it?
Yes, I blend it.
Oh, some people feel blending it might not give it the right texture. It does as well.
Yes, it does as well.
So you can use your regular blender to blend your meat to get minced meat.
I love seeing something. Make sure it is original. Not that you're going to put meat inside and it is going to get spoiled. But if it is a very good blender, definitely, yes, you'll be able to blend it.
Okay, so minced meat made easy. You can make it with your chicken, right?
Yes.
But this is beef, right?
Yes,
okay,
beef.
Because we have beef, we have chicken, we have goat
Pork,
meat, anything.
everything.
So you can mince them now and get them ready in your own way for your meals. Okay, so earlier you mentioned the fact that we're going to be using the meatballs and the eggs. So for those wondering, could you run us through the process again?
Okay, so when our yam is ready, now what we have here is our yam, onions, seasoning and salt.
Okay.
So when it's ready, we are going to mash it very well and add our crayfish.
To the yam?
To the yam.
Okay.
And our minced meat as well. Then
is it going to be a case of, you know, when we are making things like this, just like when you want to make egg roll or something?
Yes.
You put the meat in the
inside,
middle.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not like we're stirring, we're going to do mixing.
No.
It's this one that is going to be mixed.
Mixed, then just put it in the middle and you just roll
So
it
when you
in the
take
ball
your
shape.
bites, there's meat waiting for you in the middle. Oh my gosh. Okay, so when you now do that, what happens? What are we?
We drop it in the flour. We just
after putting the egg.
Yes, not the egg, the yam, the
the
mashed yam.
You put the meat.
Make it into ball shape.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the flour and our egg. We'll dip it in the egg, then.
Oh, so it goes into the flour before the egg?
Yes.
That's a first. That's a first.
It's just for the reason why the egg would be there last is for it to stick to the flour. So if you put it in the oil, it won't just scatter. Because if you don't put egg, if you don't put it in the egg, it's going to like open and it won't form.
Because what I am actually used to, what I do myself is when I have my roll ready, I dip it in the eggs and then now put it in the flour.
If there was breadcrumbs, we can actually dip it in the egg. After using the flour, you dip it in the egg and use the
But because there are no bread, no wonder. There was a time I tried to do this beans balls, and to say it fell apart. In fact, the walls of Jericho stood stronger than it did. But it's all right. So what about Tadini?
Okay,
how are you
we
gonna
have
go about it?
I've already blended Rodo and Power. I don't know if you understand. Scotch bonnets and Bawa and onions. Roughly blended, not smooth. And bleached oil already. So it's just for us to make
pour the oil. When it's hot, we pour the pepper.
Yes,
what else?
And just your seasoning and salt.
That's
you
all.
can actually garnish or add the crayfish for it to have more
some kind of taste. The onions, do they go into the sauce as well? It's not necessary.
I've used the onion for the...
Okay, so it's actually for...
We can actually still use the onion, but not everybody likes seeing onions in food. So that's why I've blended it with this.
Fantastic. All right, so we'll get everything ready. Don't worry.
Boiling.
At the end of the show, you'd see the end result. You know what they say
Fantastic
about
results.
The taste is in the eating. I'll tell you about it. The guests will probably have nothing left. But we have to take this quick break now. Stay with us and still Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome back. Now, joining us to share his masterpiece called Not a Victim is poet and writer Vine. Now, he has a spoken word piece for us right now, and I'm just going to let him get to it. Not a Victim is right there on your shirt.
Yeah,
I like
sure.
it. Okay.
That's it.
Sometimes you think your expectations and desires are denied. You're rejected, violated, abused, and broken. Your fears have become your reality. Your tears have become so familiar with the paths they journey down your cheek. You've got episodes of stories reveal a million ears can't satisfy.
A beautiful piece there, beautiful piece. Not a victim.
Yeah.
Nah, I can, honestly, a round of applause for that. You have it on your shirt.
Sure.
Really. I can see you have a ribbon on your shirt. You have a map of Nigeria there as
sure.
well.
I'm representing.
Okay, so you need to break it down. What was the reason why you put this particular poem together?
Okay, basically, Not a Victim it goes beyond the video you just saw. It's a campaign. It's an awareness, you know, as regards people who have been violated. It basically summarizes victimization. What's victimization? Is basically when someone suffers unjust treatment, and we have so many abuses right there in the society, from sexual abuse, from drug abuse, from domestic violence and all. So this is just to charge people who have been victimized to make sure that they are looking forward to beyond what has happened to them. So that's basically what we're fighting for.
In other words, you're not a victim, you're a victor.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much for that performance. Now we have to move on. It's still all about the arts today, and we have Book Chat up next, and Mike is joined by our author of the day.
Thank you very much to Thoughtful and Thoughtless Thoughts. Now that's the book we're looking at today, of course, by Honorable Ipola Ahmed Omishore. He's in the house. It's great to have you. You're welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Well, I love the name. You know, you already know exactly what you're expecting from this book at the title. Now, I know it's a compilation of Facebook posts over a period of 5 years. 5 years. You curated all of this, put this together, and put this book together. It's into 5 chapters, by the way, and we'll take it chapter by chapter. Okay, but you start off with Nigeria. Nigeria, my country. That's the first section, which has 3 chapters underneath. What are your thoughts towards Nigeria as a nation?
My thoughts were, about Nigeria was just a nation with great potentials, and a country that got it right at the beginning, and all of a sudden, there was a hiccup, and still trying to find his feet. So I wrote about all those challenges. I wrote about our heroes past, their achievements, what they did right, and all of a sudden the military intervention and the lopsided of Nigeria, federalism to unitary, and a lot of shaky nation. So that's Nigeria, my nation. I look at it that way, and I look at the future of Nigeria.
Exactly now.
Yes.
Somewhere I like here, you said proffering solutions to Nigeria's problems. That's the 3rd chapter. Let's talk about that. What solutions did you proffer that we can use to help
I was looking at solutions to Nigeria's problem, removing the act of tribalism, playing down on religion, changing from a monoproduct economy, oil, into diversification, into minerals, into agriculture, reducing unemployment, taking away corruption, and making a nation that is free. A nation that will look forward to a day when Americans will be sleeping at our embassy, begging for Nigeria.
I like
visa.
that. I like that. I like that. Moving forward to the 2nd section, the game of politics. Nigerian politics, accounts of stewardship. That political game is one that is described as quite dirty in Nigeria. How can we clean that game up?
Game of politics, I describe it there as a satanic game where anything can happen. And I also look at, everybody called to service to be able to give account of stewardship. Once you know you are going to give an account of stewardship, you will do it well. You will not shortchange anybody. You will not shortchange the nation. And you will give a leadership, route. You will go by leadership route so that there's going to be mentorship where the young ones, the upcoming ones, can learn from you. What we have in this country today is leaders that cannot be, taken to. A leader that you cannot follow. And that is not a good nation. Every nation must prepare future for those that are coming behind.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, I know something that definitely the family is the building block of society. And in your 3rd section, which has 4 chapters, you touch on marriage. You talk about marital values and secrets. What are those things that the family can do that will help in building our nation?
Well, that's one of the most important chapters in that book.
In the book, okay.
And a section in that book. And I tell you that a good family makes a good nation.
True.
I try there as much as possible to let men know that when they take care of their wife, when they make their family comfortable, prosperity is on their way. We tend to be giving tithes to our pastors in churches, but we forget that women also take tithes. When you bless your wife will bless you back. When you go to work, live a rancor-free home. When you get to work, you will not meet any query, you will not meet any trouble. Wow. When you're in business and your wife is made happy, your children are made happy, on the job, on the business, you will be happy. In that chapter, I also wrote that wife, bashers always get bashed. When you beat your wife, you expect to be beaten. If you look at Tiger Woods, Rashidi Yekini, top people, because of even Bassi, the world champion, when they had rift at home, they had rift in their profession, and they came down. So there I was able to educate men and women on how to do it right.
Do it right.
Women also, I gave them injunctions on how to treat their wife, husband, how to behave as a good wife, because only good trees bear good fruits.
Good fruit.
Where if you're a good woman, definitely your children will be good. If you shortchange your husband, if you are promiscuous, you will never have a good fruit. So that particular section dealt a lot about marriage, because I've had the experience, up and downs of marriage, and I'll be able to give back to society.
Wonderful.
So that they don't learn the hard way that I went through.
Okay, wonderful. Now, your 4th section, you are a Yoruba, and you talk about Yoruba and Ile-Ife history here. You talk about your name, your family. How important is knowing your roots when it comes to nation building? How important is that aspect?
You see, we should never lose our roots. It's like even in schools, we say Yoruba is vernacular, we play down our culture, we say Ifa religion is satanic. You see, anybody that forgets his roots will ultimately get lost. A family, where you come from, matters a lot. You go to Britain, you see our Yoruba family, all of their children are speaking English. Go to Igbo family in Europe, they will never abandon their Indigo. So the essence of knowing your root is that you must know where you come from. If you don't know where you come from, how will you know where you are going to? In our schools, we are saying vernacular, Yoruba. Why? Culture, our culture, we are playing it down. Now the Americans and the University of Ife teaching us Ifa, teaching Yoruba in our own language. In American universities now, Yoruba is a major degree course. So, in essence, I'm trying to make Nigerians know there that you must know your roots, you must know your culture, you must never abandon it. Our native religion, before the Europeans brought the Bible and the Arabs brought the Quran, are still very important. So, that particular section is also very good. The beauty of these things, I write it every day. I write 3 hours every day, 3:30 a.m. to 6:30, every day.
Every day.
And this book is directly copied online. I didn't write anything with a biro. Everything is through my telephone, and it was painstaked.
And it was painstaked. Wonderful, wonderful. You round this up in a wonderful way, general tips and wise sayings. And for me, I feel that it's an embodiment of the whole book, because that is all that is contained here, general tips and wise sayings. And it was your birthday yesterday, right?
No, my birthday was on Monday.
On Monday,
I was 71 on Monday.
Happy birthday, sir.
Thank
and
you
here's wishing you more years of dropping the wisdom and imparting the next generation. Thank you so much. So it ends with general tips and wise saying. Just give us a few. Let's just round up with something. What word, what wise saying can you drop for people out there?
Wise sayings are things said over the years by people that we can learn from. For everything you say, even don't let us go abroad. Let us look at Nigeria. BRF said the reward for hard work is more work.
It's more work. I like that, sir. I like that, sir. We have to end on that note. Thank you so much for coming. Thoughtful and thoughtless thoughts. A compilation of social media posts on quite a number of issues. This is a great something that we can revert to when we need to get wisdom. Thank you, sir. All right. Okay, so that's it. Our book chat today. I hope you're able to glean something from all of that. We'll take a break now. Don't go nowhere. It's the third part of the show coming right up.
I have a question for you. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? In the words of Maximus Aurelius, the first, second, third? I don't remember what number he was.
100.
100. We've had 2 hours of excitement go by, but hey, don't fret, we still have more to come.
Yep, just over 3/4 of an hour left. We'll never disappoint you. We'll keep all of that going on.
Yes, fun-filled shows are what we do. Hey, and we're glad that you stayed with us so far. And yeah, our love to you as you let us into your homes. My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
Mike Messikenor is mine. You can stream live on tvcontinental.tv and also on Facebook at TVC Connect. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC if you need to send in comments.
The Wake Up Nigeria on TVC hashtag is so important. We've modified it a bit just to be better for you. So use it with care and with caution. Add the on TVC part at the end, please. We love the fact that we also have a mobile app now. You can download it from the Android or iOS store and watch us from anywhere in the world, people. As long as you have internet.
All right,
as
sure,
Mike will always say.
Sure. That's a definite. That's a sine qua non.
Yeah.
It's very necessary. We have an art display coming up from someone you know as a musician. Minjin is going to show us something quite special today.
Then we have gospel singer Peter Linus joining us very, very soon. And we'll be having a chit-chat on quite a lot that he's been up to. Okay.
Okay, so you know it's World Population Day today.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering, if you could choose how many children you could have. We're not talking about society. We're not talking about the economy. We're not talking about religion. Nothing, no factor, just your personal desire. If you could choose how many children to have, how many would you like to have?
I think I'm content with what I have now. That's the truth.
You wouldn't want to go higher?
I don't feel like I'm missing anything by not having more. But
would you have preferred to have just one?
No, I wouldn't have wanted to have just one because I feel like that one could be lonely along the way. Just for social interaction, for someone, for that child to be able to bounce off, relate with, have social interaction with. 2 for me is cool. I'm just cool with 2.
Maybe 3, 2, 3, 3. 3 is okay. But generally, I think it happened with Asia also. We, as a continent, we need to be careful. Let's desire less.
Desire
no,
less.
Because hearing
it, a double entendre.
Hearing the figures that by 2050 will be more than the US. It's scary.
It is.
It is because at the rate we're going, the other things are not leveling up to that one. So it's a bit scary.
So if you wanted to actually do population control, as at right now, what do you do in a place like this that we're all about ethnicity, culture, religion?
It's very easy to stop the population.
How?
You know those who that used to say is to hold rain. Let's just hold the rain more. If you people shouting weather for 2, it's what people are causing this thing.
Wow.
If you put too much weather for 2, that's what's causing this thing. Let's just hold the weather.
I don't think it's about the weather.
But I think China did it at one point in time. People were being paid to just have not more than 1 kid.
Yeah.
And there were incentives.
But then again, they had to think about it because later on they realized that they were running out of young people. At a point. Did you see that report?
I remember
they
that
were
one.
running out of young people. And so they were actually building fertility.
It's a very complicated
It's complicated.
It's very
complicated. We are too much in
I don't
this.
know.
Let's not go.
I just think there should be a lot of enlightenment.
And then you know some people end up with quadruplets when they just want 2 kids. Like you have one, then you say, okay, the second one. It happened to someone I know. And they ended up having quadruplets, like 5 children now.
Wow.
The lady sometimes we just look at the children playing. She had to resign, of course.
Wow, from work. Beautiful! Wow! Oh, goodness.
I was made for more. At whatever level that you are, you just know that there's more to it. You can go further, you can go faster, you can go higher.
Yes, you can.
6 years, 4 years.
And he's always been about conscious music. I mentioned that earlier on the show.
You did.
And there's another song that we were seeing earlier called One Man. And it was such a powerful hit. And, it might make sense for us to even take a bit of that video right now so that you can see what we're talking about while we expect him to join us on the couch.
Yep, his name is Peter Linus, but he's better known by his stage name Peter. He is an independent recording gospel artist, born and bred in Lagos, Nigeria. He has been surrounded by musical all his entire life, and he's no stranger to light audiences with his fresh vocals and passion for all things music and God. And like you mentioned earlier, that song that which we listened to at the beginning.
One man.
One man.
Powerful stuff. Welcome.
It's great to have you, Peter.
So
you are welcome.
So
great to have you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So which one do we talk about now? There are 2. We'll talk about all of them. We don't have so much time, but let's get straight to it. One man. Very, very deep. Very deep. What did you expect to achieve with that song?
The thought pattern for writing that song was just the fact that I was tired about people outside of people complaining about Nigeria and doing nothing about it. You see someone in traffic, block the whole road, and still complain that our president is a problem, the governor didn't do this. And I just wanted everybody. In my head, I feel like if 10 million Nigerians decide that I'm not going to litter, Nigeria will be a cleaner place. And it takes just one person to start. We keep on pointing fingers at other people without looking inwards. Nigeria needs to take charge. Nigerians are the change that we need, not the government.
All right. There must have been some powerful responses to this song so
Yeah,
far.
it's a response
Tell us
thing.
some of the responses you received.
So I got invited to come speak about it in South Africa because, and then my friends around me, everybody didn't understand. Everybody figured, oh, you're a gospel artist. And I'm like, we missed the definition of what being a gospel artist is.
Loud it,
We missed the definition.
Peter, loud this,
We're
loud it,
supposed
louder.
to be in the forefront of everything good. Gospel is good news. We're supposed to propagate that. That's the message. It's not about just, throwing people, sending us X and X in your face. It's about propagating whatever good news is about. And telling Nigerians the right way to go. It's the best news you can get in this season. And so the response was amazing. Out of the church, the responses I received were majority outside of the church. And
Which is where gospel music is supposed to go.
Yes.
That's where gospel music is supposed to go.
But we keep on doing it in-house.
In-house. No, that's
In-house.
edification.
Yeah,
that's a different thing.
That's sanctuary music.
As it is, it's
Yes,
supposed to
be
go
out there.
And that is what you're doing with one man. And the responses have been quite cool. All right, but now, the other one, I was made for more. It's all about the same thing, At times, and more people say, look, what am I doing with my life? I feel I could have been somewhere. At times, there's something like this, with some people, it could cause some sort of self-doubt. Like, am I doing as much as I could?
Yes.
What is the message of Made for More? How does it encourage someone out there?
You have a purpose in life. You live a life of purpose. You are made for more. Wherever we are right now, you see, most times people see themselves from where they are at, not from the finished work, what you're supposed to be, what you're meant to be. There is more to you than meets the eye. Adam didn't know that there was something on the inside of him until God brought out Eve from his ribs. He wouldn't have known. And there's so much on your inside. We just need to see it. It's free to dream. Visualize where you want to be. There is more. You can't just be here and be like, when I had the accident in 2012, but in my recovery process, I learned something very serious. I realized I could have died. And I was a very shy person. But after that, I realized that, look, I could ask anybody for anything I wanted. The highest I was going to get was no. And guess what? 70% of the time I got a yes. What had been stopping me from asking all this? It took a near-death situation to realize that there is more to me. I can do anything that I put my mind to do. It's okay to fail, but nobody ever made a difference in life without failing. And there is more. Never stop, never give up. You're too strong to lose.
I've asked this question of you before on radio, but the pressure to join the mainstream, because you do have a mainstream kind of voice.
Yes.
You have an interesting texture to your
Yes.
voice. You could enter the soft rock space easily, the alternative space. So why haven't you bent to that pressure?
As for me, so I think the major reason a lot of us bend to pressure is money.
Okay.
If we want to be honest, it's getting money. Some people like the affluence, but money brings all that to you. But for me, it's about the message of truth.
Okay.
Truth is why I sing. If I wasn't saying the truth, I would not be doing it. It's about truth. I will never say I will cross the ocean for you, I will catch a grenade for you. I will not do it.
Because you won't.
Let's not even lie.
It's what I've always said.
I'm
When
not
did you
gonna-
meet a
you see-
girl a grenade was meant for?
And like, why? What are we doing? I'm not Captain America.
How
I'm
come
Captain
on?
Nigeria, so I'm
So
not
much
gonna do it.
Avengers is doing
So it's
them.
been about truth. And if the space where I'm in can accept my truth, that's the space I want to be in. I don't believe in mainstream or stream that is on the side. I feel like do music.
Okay.
Do the music, pass the message across, and your time will come. Just keep working hard at it, so that when the time meets you, you're prepared and you're ready for it. And you can just jump.
Looking forward, what's new? What's new with Peter? What can people out there look forward to?
21st of July, I'll be launching my clothing line. People have always said that. Yes, I like to, and trust me, I'll get you guys yours. I'm saying this on live TV.
We didn't even have to. We didn't have to.
Yeah, I didn't know you were a fashion-conscious person.
Very, very
in
fashion,
that regard.
Very fashion-conscious, and it was something that I always wanted to do. But the brand is also going to be a message-centered one.
Okay.
It's not. I would never do anything that didn't have purpose. So whatever you're wearing, there's a message on top of it. You might not find it, but it's there. When you buy it, just look for it. It's somewhere hidden on the inside. It's a message. It's a brand that sends out a message, and that's what I want to do. And I'm taking on music heavy this year. Wow. We're coming out with a strong album. We started the process of recording 15 songs, but we're up to 32 now. Trying to figure out, maybe we'll just release 2 albums in October, and also music videos and everything. So this is a call to great people who want to support great music. Come out, send us the monies. We need them.
So which producers are you working? I know you work with Rotimi Keys a lot. Is he working on the whole album?
No. So this is self-produced.
Oh, beautiful.
The whole work is self-produced. Myself and my whole team, we're doing everything together. It's in-house.
Great to see you after such a long time.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Great to hear your voice again.
Yeah, wonderful. And here's wishing you the best, the album and all that, the message. I wish it goes on because I know that there's going to be a positive message.
Thank you so much,
Peter.
Thank you.
All right, that was Peter with that wonderful performance there. Yeah. And of course, we had a wonderful chat with him. And very, very soon, you'll soon see us with those messages. Let me just keep it at that. All right, don't go nowhere. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. We'll take this time out. We'll be back. Of course, Min Jin is in the house. You don't want to miss what he has for you.
Such amazing beauties. I feel like I'm in another world right now. Okay, let's turn on the lights. Before you think we're actually having some kind of personal dinner for two stuff going on
it's
here.
A dinner now. It's a dinner.
Yeah, right.
You're wearing red, you know, like.
Is he only red dress to wear for dinners? Anyway, you're welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for us to do our art display for today. The art exhibition today is by Adewale Lawansin Jr. Now, he is a Nigerian singer, actor, model, and painting artist. Yeah. He's more recognized as a performing artist, but what most people do not know is that he's also a fantastic artist. Now, he's here to showcase some of his work. Min Jin, yes, so in case you're looking, they're just saying somebody's name, I don't understand. Yes, it's the same Min Jin.
Exactly.
And this is what he also does besides music.
Exactly.
So Min Jin,
yeah,
this is beautiful.
Thank you
like
so much.
with the lights dimmed, it looked amazing. Having this in my living room and trying to find my way and the lights are on, wow. Wow, what inspired these pieces?
Because I like magic.
I like that. Okay.
You know, because some people are listening to some motivational speakers and they're like, if you are going to give somebody something, you have to amaze them. That's the only way you can thrive or make your business grow. So I've been doing painting abstract, you know, realisms, expressionisms, and all that stuff. And then I said, what would I do that would touch people that would be different? So one day, after drinking, and I saw the bottle, I'm looking at the bottle like,
okay.
Okay. Okay. And then I tried. You know the first one I did? I sold it. Someone was like, I want to buy. I'm like, I thought it was just playing.
Joke. I remember.
And next thing, someone told me, Min Jin, you have to own this because I don't see it anywhere. And then it's like, I don't need to buy the bottles. They're just, people drink and throw them away. So like I have people that help me bring bottles. So it's like
this
me
is like
recycling.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then most times I even sell the bottles more expensive than the drink inside. The one with the drink inside. Because some of them probably cost like $5,000, but my bottle goes for $100. So you see, it's like you revamping something that is of less price, wasted, and turning into something that is like gold.
Fantastic. So how do you manage to put this together? What's the makeup of each bottle, the designs and all?
Depends. Like some of them are just motifs. Okay. Like these are motifs. Okay. I do them in sets. Okay. Now, if you know volcanic eruption.
Yeah.
The molten magma.
Yeah.
If you notice.
Oh, so that's what informed this one.
Yeah, so I just...
Makes sense.
My mind travels a lot. I can look at you and I get ideas, you know what I'm saying? So this is like apples.
So these ones, these ones are the ones that are like the volcanic eruptions.
Eruption, yeah.
Wow.
Molten magma.
Wow, fantastic. So what inspired this one?
You know, simplicity is like, it's class. So black and white. The thing is, one of my most bought products among the bottles is this black and white.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's different. People think it's quite simple.
African as well. It has this African look
and
as
it
well.
changes colors, like, you know.
Ooh,
Any color you want.
So if I'm buying it, I get this light as well?
You get the light, you get the remote control.
Oh, there's a remote control for it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought maybe you just switched something there. This is really nice. Oh, and it changes colors on its own as well. What about this one? I see apples. Lovely.
I have the pepper, apples, I have bananas. Like, I like to paint anything I see. Like, whatever, I paint portraits on bottles as well. Like,
oh
that's
wow.
another thing
I wish
that
I
I
had
do.
seen one of those.
Yeah, I have it around there, but it's not on this table.
Okay, it's around here?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish you'd brought it out. Okay, so you paint, these are apples. I see orange there. Yeah. Okay, what about these ones?
This is like African motifs, basically. So, like, if you look at it, it has that, like, South African, Nigerian signs, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see the, like, you see the black, brown designs on the neck?
Yeah.
Just like a girl, like a Cleopatra, that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
Like an Egyptian queen, that kind of thing.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
This is really nice. This is really nice. So you say, this is my favorite for now.
Okay.
The molten Magnum now, because this is very, very, very lovely. And I can imagine, is it possible for me to put lights inside to impress my guests, for example?
Okay, like light inside the bottle?
Inside the bottle.
Yeah, like when I started, it was really hard to get lights. Because, you know, Nigeria, most of these things are shipped into the country.
Yeah.
So this light you see are shipped in, actually.
Oh.
They can't be bought here. So, but we're trying to create new innovations where probably they like to be inside, or they like to be, you know, fixed with the bottle, and then it will not spin.
Wow.
All these things are things that I'm sure, you know, it's me that's thinking in my head, you know? So I hope I can make it happen.
I really hope you can. That would be fantastic. Even at this, it's really nice. It's really nice. Okay, so I know quite well that art is such that you can explore and imagine and just put it into reality.
Exactly.
Besides getting this done, for example, these bottles, are there other things you do with, you know, maybe it could be buckets, for example? Are there stuff like this you do, like this light stuff, but with other things you use?
I work with shells as well.
Shells?
Seashells.
Seashells.
They're here, but they're not here. So
okay, I feel like you have a lot of here, but not here.
Yeah, not on this table.
Okay, so I'm going to make a request now. I'm going to make a request for these things that are here, but not here, to please be put on the kitchen table. So that when we go to the kitchen, everyone can see the here, but not here, okay? Please, I would really appreciate that. Okay, so back to what we're saying. So you have seashells.
Yeah.
Okay, what else do you have?
I work with lamps.
Lamps? Okay.
Like this Euro lights here.
Okay.
I can turn
color
it into
them
art.
up.
I think what I do is I can turn this whole place into art. The bottles really changed my notion about art. It made me understand that you can do anything. It's just that, you know, some of them you have to be very careful because, you know, you can't be washing them in water. Like these bottles now, you can't use water to wash them because they begin to fade.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So arts, we've talked about your arts and crafts, fantastic stuff you do. Music is what you're known for.
Exactly.
Do we have any song coming up? Or it's still just about your art?
No. I decided that I wanted to make big moves this year, you know what I'm saying? So my album is ready. But I intend to do like magic bottle exhibition alongside my album launch. And then there'll be lovely, everything there will be all painted bottles, painted lights, painted lamp, painted, everything painted.
Fantastic.
So anything you touch is painted. Your cups you drink is painted. Everything is painted.
Nice. I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so talking about cups and being painted, it's time for us to eat.
Okay.
Breakfast is served.
I know.
What's your favorite meal?
These days.
Let's go.
Okay, cool.
What's your favorite meal?
These days I don't really know. I mean,
you just want to eat. At least fill your tummy, right?
Miriam.
Please come.
Hello, Minji.
Hi, Titi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Now, everyone in the studio knows I've been looking forward to you coming here.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Those are the seashells, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, they're
nice.
beautiful.
Nice.
Really
So they are
nice.
normal typical seashells, but now they are like artistic seashells.
Because of
They
what
have
you've
value,
done with them.
added value to them. It's not just something. I mean, if you saw the original, you understand what I mean by this. It's just.
Okay,
Fantastic. Okay.
What do you have for us?
All right.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Pardon my manners. We have a mixi yambos and atalidi.
So it's yam with it's a roll of yam and what's inside?
Minced meat, your normal beef blended.
So yam with minced meat.
Amazing stuff.
Okay, so
Let's do this.
let's
So Peter is here,
roll.
Minjin is here. They're here to taste what you've put together. So you put the sauce. So what went into the sauce?
Just your regular pepper and bleached palm oil.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this as gently as possible.
Yep.
All right, so
Okay,
please,
so you
gents,
guys dig in, please.
Okay, so while they do that, a big shout out to Homely Angie for the kitchen accessories. Thank you for being a part of the show.
Yes, indeed.
And then, of course, tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday.
And you know what Friday means now. Friday has something special every single week.
Homely.
And of course,
Okay.
I'm waiting for them to, cut to my face.
You
And
feel
while
it?
I say, it's game day tomorrow. Yes,
You like
I'm
it,
waiting
right?
for the camera.
lovely.
Wonderful. Well done,
All
Chef
right.
Thierry.
Well
Well
done,
done.
Chef
Thank you
Thierry.
guys
Thank
for coming
you so
today.
much.
Thanks to everyone who was part of the
All
show.
right.
We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.